Hello. Get this situated. Make sure I got the computer going. See, there's quite a few people here. I'm gonna let YouTube try to catch up because I know when running live streams, it runs an ad at the beginning. All right, so that should give it enough time for the ads or whatever it does to play. It's been a crazy week, a lot going on, and I thought I would kind of catch everybody up on what's been going on. Fish related, and I guess not fish related, but it is fish related. I saw Tim was the first one in here tonight. Hello, Tim. Chevy Fish is always here. IHSP and Joe and Texas Fish Room. So many people are here already. Appreciate that, guys. But let's start off with where I left off last Friday. So last weekend I ran a fish sale. I ran 20% off the entire website, and it was actually the best sale I think I've ever had. So I appreciate it, guys. I shipped out probably well over 100 fish, which for a weekend, that's like a record for me. It was a lot of fish going out. I mean, it was at least 100, if not more. A lot of hard goods, stuff like that. I did have 2 people mail me about they couldn't get their order in on time. The sale ended at like 9 p.m. on Sunday, and one was they got busy at work, and the other one was they just were gone for the weekend. So because of that, and because the sale went so well, I'm doing the sale again this weekend. It went live earlier today, so my email subscribers off the website, it's 614fish.com. They basically got first dibs, and just so you guys know, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this last weekend. I'm not going to be restocking any of the products. I am planning to move, and because of that, the fish business is basically going to shut down during that period. So once I'm out of everything, that's going to be it. I figured I mention, let's talk about the moving situation. So I put my 4-wheeler up for sale, and I'll just say this because I know somebody's going to mention it. The plan is to buy acreage. Right now I'm in like a suburb, and I'm in a subdivision, so I have neighbors real close by, and my goal has always been to buy like 5 acres of land, and that would allow me to do a big outdoor pond, because I really want to do an outdoor like koi pond, and I also want to do a specific pole barn just for keeping fish, and have it big enough to where I can do some monster tanks in there. That process is going to take a little while, because right now in Central Ohio the market is like extremely hot. So everything's overpriced, which for me selling this house is going to be nice because I'm going to make a decent amount of money off of it. The plan right now is to sell and get rid of the stuff I just don't need. So the 4-wheeler I sold, I deliver it tomorrow. I said in my post, if I got my asking price, I would deliver it in like the Columbus area. And apparently I asked too little money, because I had like a whole line of people that want this quad. So I'm super ecstatic that I'm getting what I want out of it. I thought for sure people will lowball me, but nope, there's actually a line to get it, so that's cool. So I gotta do that tomorrow. I need to wash it before I take it to the guy, because it still has some mud and stuff on it from the last time I used it. So I gotta get up early tomorrow and clean it up and all that fun stuff. The Civic in the garage. So that was the biggest holdback for moving my fish room out to the garage. Well, the Civic, as of 3 hours ago, is gone. I sold it. I was talking to a coworker, and I was saying how I'm selling off my fleet of toys, basically, and he was interested in the Civic and made me an offer, and I was like, all right, it's yours. So Civic's gone. The garage is now semi-open. There's still a lot of stuff in there, but the big hurdle is out of my way. Next up, I have like a log splitter I'm going to sell, and my boat. I actually haven't even used the boat this year at all. I've been really just too busy on the weekends, and right now I'm in this mode of save up as much money as possible so I can buy this, this land I want to purchase. I don't have anything like an idea of where yet. It's basically going to be the central Ohio area, and right now I'm basically looking at areas that I know aren't going to make me hate myself for driving extended amount of time to work every day. So that's where I'm at. So next up is, I think it would probably be the boat. The log splitter, the tires are leaking. They're new tires. Well, they were put on like 2 years ago, but literally the log splitter hasn't moved in 2 years, and they leak. So I'm going to take the wheels off and take them into work and take the tires off. I think it's just because the rims were rusty. So I'm going to clean it up and get those sealed for the next owner. And but it's got a new engine. Like it starts right up. It works. So I don't think it'll be a problem selling that. That'll be one more thing out of my way. And then the boat. Once that's done, the boat's gone and the log splitter's gone, I can get my new shed. So the original plan was for me to build a new shed, because the one I have right now is kind of rotting and falling apart. I wanted to build a new shed and a bigger one so I can move all my car stuff out of the garage into a shed, and then make the garage a fish room. Well, right now I'm just doing the new shed to sell the house. And I see Big Rich is here. Hey, Big Rich, how's it going? Good to see you here, bud. But so Big Rich, I don't know if Josh had said anything, but I'm planning on selling my house and moving. I'm trying to buy like 5 acres or more, depending on location and price, but trying to do a fish barn, basically a big pole barn for fish. So yeah, you probably just are now learning, but I am trying to move. So Josh was trying to get me to move to Strongsville, but I think 5+ acres in Strongsville is probably going to cost some money. So Rich said, move closer to us or buy this house. It'd be a long drive to work every day. So yeah, so that's really the house thing right now. I'm working on still selling off the rest of the fish, and that's going pretty well. And then the rest of the products. So as I was talking about a little bit ago about the 20% off sale last weekend, I'm redoing it this weekend. So for the 2 people that missed it, they can take advantage of it. But once I said, like, if you guys need medications, it's 20% off. So this would be a good time to stock up. And then those looking for Matten filters, I sold 5 of them today. Matten filters at 20% off is pretty huge. They're pretty expensive. These are from Flip Aquatics. So if you know who Rob is at Flip Aquatics, that's where I source my Matten filters from. So I'm offering them for 20% off right now. And yeah, so the code for this weekend, it ends at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. The code is FISHY, FISHY. You put that code in at checkout and you get 20% off. So if anybody's looking for foods, meds, Matten filters, whatever, sponge filters, 20% off the sale. At $50 you get free shipping. So just letting you guys know that. Anyways, fish. Let's talk about fish. Nothing really new this week. The Barbados Cories have been still breeding. I basically have them fairly well triggered right now. So they're on an auto feeder that feeds them like 4 or 5 times a day. Like every few hours, it drops just a little bit of food. It's not a whole lot. But every other day, I hit them on top of that with frozen bloodworms. And that's the trigger for these guys, is that every other day, I tried every day, but they still only will breed so often. But if I space it out every 2 days or even 3 days, I hit them with 2 cubes of frozen bloodworms. That triggers them, and they're laying eggs. My first go around with the eggs with methylene blue, nothing happened, but that was the batch that I thought I might have pulled the eggs too soon. The second batch I put into the fry rack. I don't see any like hatches from that. And then the third batch I left in their tank because they were leaving the eggs alone for like 4 days. I saw that it still had the same amount of eggs, so I was like, man, it'd be cool if I can get them to hatch in their own tank. But with that bow front tank, there's not a lot of hiding spots for any kind of fry. But I was just trying to let like nature take its course with those. But I'm probably going to get back into pulling the eggs and moving them out and trying to hatch them separate. So no luck on hatching them yet, but it's one of those things where I'm just going to keep at it and see how they go. These guys are constantly putting eggs in the mop, and I have fry. I basically leave the mop in there for probably about 5 days. Like, it gets pretty full of eggs, and then I move the mop out to the fry rack, and I put a different mop in. And yeah, they're hatching. They are tiny, and I'm growing them on my fry food. And yeah, I don't know how many I have. I don't have a crazy amount. There's probably at least a couple dozen that I can see. I'm sure I'm losing some, but I definitely have some they're hatching and growing, and they're actually surprisingly getting pretty big already. I guess for a rainbow fry, because rainbow fry are tiny. Trying to think of what else. That's really it as far. Oh, nope, that's not it. So there's a new video I'm working on right now. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. I basically have started bringing in fish from the outdoor pond to get them inside, and like that way I can get pictures of them and then start selling them. Because, you know, with me planning on selling the house, I can't sell the house with a fish pond on the patio, right? So I want to start thinning out the stock in that pond. There's hundreds and hundreds of fish in there now. I started with, I don't even know how many it was, like a dozen, and now there's definitely hundreds. So I did a quick video, was it 2 nights ago? I just took a net out there and did a zigzag through the water, pulled out, I don't know, 2 dozen fish, and I put them in the tank, and I had to acclimate them without using pond water. I didn't want to not contaminate, but I didn't want, the pond water is green, and I didn't want to turn this tank green because I need to be able to get pictures of them. But they're all doing well, and their colors look super awesome. I'm very pro growing fish outside. I think their colors just somehow, with the natural sunlight, they just somehow grow better. They obviously grow a ton faster. They grow, like, literally, no joke, no exaggeration, they grow 3 times quicker outdoors than they do indoors. And in indoors, they get fed every day, you know, they get their water changes. Outdoors, I don't water change the pond, I just add to it because of evaporation. And I try to keep it green water, so I do dry fertilizer in that to just keep feeding that green water. But between green water with the fry and mosquito larvae and natural bugs that get in there, they just really thrive outdoors. So, but those fish are going to go on the website basically as soon as I get pictures. I'm going to sell them pretty cheap. I'll probably be doing them as a group. You know, you get a group of 10 of them, and I think I gotta see what the ratios are. Is it male heavy? Is it female heavy? Um, but once I get more of them caught out of the pond, then I can get a bigger sample group and see what's really happening in there. But let me get in the chat and see what is going on with everybody. I hope you guys had a good week. It was pretty hot this week. She's shed. Shed. So did I tell you guys I was going like possibly like move into a shed? So when I say shed, it's like 12 feet by 30 feet long. It's insulated electricity. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I told you guys all this. Anyways, that idea is out. So now I'm on idea or version 4.0. So 4.0 is I was going to look for a new camper trailer. Something in like the 30 to 36 foot range. They're expensive. I looked down, they're super nice. They're anywhere from like 20 grand up to really sky's the limit on how crazy you get with them, right? Well, my friend's farm, my friend Carrie, her mom lives up in Michigan. She trains like canines for like police dogs, like those kind of canines, for police departments. Well, she was going to move down here, so she brought her camper down last fall, was here over the winter, and then went back up to Michigan. I forget what for, just for something, and then COVID hit, and basically she got locked down up in Michigan, and she's been there ever since. She decided she wanted to sell her camper that's already at the farm, and it's super cheap. The outside of it's like dirty looking because it's been sitting under like a bunch of trees since the last fall, so it's just dirty. It needs power wash. The inside's not bad at all though. It's one of those things where you look at the outside and you're like, ugh, like what's it going to look like on the inside? But once you go inside, you're like, oh, this is not bad at all. Like she redid the flooring, so it's got the wood like laminate flooring, like the planks. It's got the old school, like not old school, but like people that buy these campers are like people are retired. It's got like the floral print couch. Not to worry, I would pull that out and put my couch in there instead. But it's got a full bathroom, shower, toilet, sink. It's got a kitchen, oven. Like it's a house on wheels basically. So the plan is I'm buying that off of her, and I'm going to live in that probably over this winter. If the house gets, if I can get the house ready for sale here soon, I need to clear stuff out. Like this desk I'm going to sell, like it's a big U desk. It's super awesome desk. I don't want to sell it, but it's so big. It's really, I mean, I got it for a really good deal. But it's something, there's really no point in me taking it with me. I am getting a storage, I guess it's a building. It's a block building on the farm that they don't use. And they're like, yeah, just use it for storage. So I'm going to take some stuff with me, and that's where I'm going to keep it. Like my washer and dryer, that's something I definitely need for once I get my property. So that's going to obviously come with me. And whatever else I need to take, like furniture and stuff. Now I don't even know where I was going with that. What was I talking about? The shed. So the shed storage. But I gotta get, like, there's some little things I need to do around the house. There's a drywall section by my power box I need to patch from when I ran 220 to my garage. I couldn't access the header to the wall from the outside of the house. I have a ranch, so I had to basically rip the drywall down so I could drill up through the header board and run the 220 out to my garage. And I just never patch it because it's up in the corner of the fish room actually, and I honestly don't see it at all until, like, for some reason I'm like looking up at the ceiling. So I need to get that fixed. So I'm going to do that probably on Sunday. I need to do some like wood trim work on. I have these like pillar posts in my front yard, like for my overhang. The wood trim at the bottom like came off, so I just need to put some new wood trim on it. That's super easy. That won't take long at all. And probably like repaint probably like the bathrooms, because like over time with like when you take a hot shower you get like the moisture on the walls. Well, it leaves like almost like a fish tank. It leaves like water stains, like you can see where there was moisture on the wall. And I could scrub it, but the bathrooms are so small it would take me all of an hour just to repaint it, have fresh new paint on it, and not worry about it. So I'm probably going to repaint the bathrooms. I don't know if I'm going to repaint this room. So the whole house is all one color except for this room. I painted this room like 2 different shades of gray. It's like a darker gray on that wall, and then it's lighter gray everywhere else. I'm probably going to leave it, and I need to do some touch-ups from where I hit the ceiling with a roller. But, you know, other than that, not really much I have to do interior-wise. My house was already fully remodeled, so I don't need to update anything. The biggest thing I'm going to have to do before I do any of this is fix my carpet in my family room. So when I just got 2 orders on the, sorry, I'm reading my phone. I just got 2 orders off the website. Thank you, whoever those 2 people were. I appreciate it. Anyways, when I got Charlotte, when she was a puppy, she dug a hole about this big in my carpet. So what I want to do is just pull the carpet and then put vinyl flooring down, like wood floor. And I helped actually the barn, their old house used to be down the street from me. I helped them do it in their house. It's really not that hard. It's time consuming, but anyways, I just got a super chat from Sam's Signature Series for $5. Thank you so much. I don't know if you wrote anything. I'll get to it if you did write something. If not, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I'm going to get in the chat and see what you guys are up to, and if there's any questions or concerns. And I'm going to talk about this theme tank series. I know video 1 is out on the main channel. Video 2 should be out to members. Video 2 will go on to the main channel probably on Sunday. I think Sunday. Video 3 I'm recording right now, and I'll kind of talk more about that whole series here in a second. Lisa said, good evening. Good evening. Hope you're having a good day or good evening. Haley's here. Oh, geez. I'm scrolling. Just Shrimp Granny. Oh, my chat just jumped. I saw something about Jess wrote beer and pizza kind of night, something along that lines. Being that I have to get up early, I'm drinking water. Oddball says at SC, what am I going to do about my fertilizer if you stop selling fishy stuff? I told you I have something for you. So I told her the other day that I had something for Haley, and she thought it was like some sort of fish, but it's not. But it's fertilizer. I do have some fertilizer for you. Josh Price is here. Shirts off in 10, a she shed. Oh, pumpkin boy, pumpkin boy. See, I can say it, and yeah, she shed. A cool thing about having a camper, though, is I'll be able to just bring the whole camper up to Strongsville and just stay up there for a while, and just basically move around the state if I want to. Jess said that you can fix it up. So I'm behind on chat, obviously, so I'm assuming you're talking about the camper. Inside the camper, it needs like some things updated. But other than that, it's good to go. Um, Heat works, AC works. The only thing that does not work is the hot water heater. The element went out on it. My buddy Josh at the farm bought the special tool to remove the heater element, and I guess he had like a cheater bar on it, and it didn't want to break free. He was afraid of breaking the tank, so he stopped. But a hot water heater is not that big of a deal. I'll probably just do a tankless hot water heater because I'm not home 9 hours of the day, and now I'm going to be adding half an hour drive time each way. So really 10 hours a day I won't be home. So there's no point of heating water when I'm not even there. So I'll probably go with a tankless hot water heater, and they're inexpensive on Amazon. But that's the only thing I have to do because I'm not taking a cold shower. Nope, nope, nope. Oddball said, at Ohio Fish Rescue, I'll trade rent for housework and manual labor, fish tank cleaner certified. I think, Haley, in that deal, you also need to say, like, you'll trade rent and a car. Because how you going to get to the rescue in the first place? Just saying. Tiffany White said, good luck with your move at SC. Interest rates are super crazy low. So yeah, interest rates are super low, and the market is stupid hot right now. Yeah, the values of my house just keep going up and up and up. So I think it's it's time to strike while I can. Josh Price said, only true fans know it's me. Cap Stanley said, Big Rich, heard about Matt's monster fish, big loss. You guys going to help Matt get back going with some fish? So I watched that video, I think yesterday or the day before. That really sucks. If you guys don't know who Matt is, or if you don't follow him, Matt is another one of our buddies here in Ohio. He's out by Dayton. He's gone with OFR on fish rescues and is doing fish rescues like for OFR. He's a really good guy, and he has a pool pond that he had some fish in it, some stingrays, and some, I think he had like a red-tailed cat, and I forget what else, some other cats. He left for the weekend. He had something, I don't know what he was doing, but he was gone for 2 days, and somehow the pump got unplugged from the wall. And so basically the tank went unfiltered with monster fish in it for 2 days. And you guys know with monster fish, you don't have plants, so you lose filtration, and you're really in trouble. And especially after 2 days, he lost the whole tank. Everything that was in that tank he lost. So that's a big bummer for him. Because he has some really nice fish in there. But with OFR, they always need to rehome fish. So, I'm sure Matt will be getting some fish from OFR. Oh, so as I read down, Big Rich said, we tried to give him some fish. He didn't want them. So I don't know. I haven't talked to Matt in a while now. I don't know if he's going to try to get into like breeding stingrays again. I know he's got the one stingray baby that he had a while ago. But I know, like, talking to him before, he seemed interested in breeding stingrays. So I'm hoping, like, I would love to see him do a stingray tank and have it set up just for breeding, because I think that's awesome. And I think, honestly, if I ever get my 5 acres and I have my fish barn, I want to do like a big stingray tank. Every time you go to Ohio Fish Rescue and you see all the stingrays, they're just super awesome. I love to see like a really large tank that's shallow, that's just for stingrays, and have it sand bottom and really watch them, glide around. I think it would be super awesome. But I'm not going to lie, I do want some monster tanks so I can get some monster fish eventually. And right now I just need the room. I can't really expand here at all. I don't really have a backyard to where I can put like a building on it or anything like that. So I'm gonna move so that way I can continue the hobby and step up the game and go bigger. I'm still doing, it's just delayed, the 2,000 gallon build community tank nano fish. That's still going to happen. That will be the first big project once I have a house set up. So yeah, it's not going to go away. It's just delayed right now. IHSP, love the name change. No more held comments. Oh, it just clicked. I hate stupid people. Just clicked. Sorry, I'm a little slow tonight. That's awesome because it was holding all your comments. Why is it only the mods seem to get it? Because we had to unblock all your messages. And last week when you were here and there wasn't a mod in here, I had to go and unblock them all. Zen said, I finally used my gift card, Steven. You can send my Tetras now. So that must have been one of the orders was you. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I haven't looked at the order. I don't know what you got, but be prepared for some diamond Tetras. I have a lot, so I'm going to be sending you a lot. As long as you got the tank for it. I guess I should say that. Oh. Josh Price with a $5 super chat says, bring the camper. It can... Oh. That could get R-rated real quick, what I was about to say, but no, it'll be fun. I'll just put the camper down by the fire pit, and we can camp in your backyard. Your bedroom's like 200 yards away. I probably can't do that because there'd probably be a Miata trying to do donuts and then hit it. Albal says, bring the camper and the dragon. Just Greyhound to Columbus. I will drive you to OFR. That's no problem. But you gotta get here. I hate stupid people said the mods on both streams I've been on tonight knew it was me almost from the start. It took me a second. I was like, IHSP, and then I was like, oh, got it. 603 Livin said, at SC, I got 24 acres for sale in northern New Hampshire. That would be a long drive to work for me. I wish I had like an online job where I could just work from home, because then if I could work from home, I would just move up to not Strongsville, because that's all rich people. If you live in Strongsville, you're rich. You're big rich, right? But I would move up that way. Delaware, which is like, it's a county, but it's also like a town that's just kind of north of Columbus. It's getting real popular right now, so a lot of stuff's going up in price, including like property taxes and housing. So I'd probably have to go north of Delaware. But what's funny is like you keep going north, and then you hit like Mansfield, and stuff's cheap. My buddy's from Mansfield, but he says there's a reason it's cheap there. I don't want to like diss anybody that might be from Mansfield. But from at least down here in Columbus, you don't have the best reputation. Just FYI. I hate stupid people with a $1.99 super chat. It was the heart. What do they call them? Super stickers? Sticker, whatever they're called. Emojis. Maybe it's emoji. Thank you so much for that. John said, I feel for Matt. Yeah, like that's tough. especially with like monster fish. Like I know, like there's definitely fish. Like if I lost this tank, this would be the worst tank I could lose right now. Like if something happened to this tank, this would devastate me because with these Parkinsonais and these L107s in there, it would be devastating. So I guess if I think of it like that, then I could feel it. But like some of the tanks like in the fish room, like if I lost one, I'd be like, dang, that sucks, right? Um, but when you got these monster fish, like that's even more. I feel like they're more personable when you have these stingrays and stuff like that. So I know like if I lost this tank, it would be like that times 5 for Matt, I'm sure. Um, and when people do YouTube videos of like some sort of devastating thing that happened to them, you wonder if they're sincere about it or not, or is it like not clickbait, but you know what I mean? They're trying to hype something up, but no, like he's legit devastated from it. That it really sucks. Cichlid said black diamonds. That's the stingrays. Well, he had one black diamond and I think something else. I'm not a stingray person. I don't know them. I know they look awesome. I want to get them eventually, but we'll get there. Texas Fish Room one's a stingray himself. Texas Fish Room actually bought 20 of those convicts off me last weekend. I don't know how many I sent. I just netted as many as I could. And I thought I had them all out. I actually still have some left. But I do have a local guy that wants them. I had one local guy came and took like 100. Texas Fish Room put an order in for 20. So I held back some, and then I just kept finding them. Like they're little artists at hiding. They will like get up behind a decoration and like won't move a fin, right? Like they're really good at trying to hide, especially like the small ones. So I shipped him a bunch, and I was really nervous about shipping because he's in Texas, and checking weather. It was supposed to be like 100 degrees there, so I put cold packs in the box, and put as much water as I could. And I'm always trying to figure out how much water do you put in versus oxygen, because when it's like a single fish, I usually do like a third water to 2/3 oxygen. But when you have a bunch of fish, so the bags need to hold, 5 or 8 fish a piece, depending on their size. I want more water because the more water there is, the less like temperature swings you'll have, which I guess is really mainly like in winter shipping. But I hate shipping in summer because I look at it's supposed to take 2 days or whatever to get to someone's house. I know it's going to be 100, and the thing I always question is with a heat pack in winter, it ramps up its heat. So like your box is warm when you ship it, that heat pack ramps up, so it starts heating the box as it's traveling to its destination. I like never have any issues at all in the winter. But in summer, you have an ice pack. That thing is immediately frozen, and then it starts losing its cooling power, right? So I'm like, well, I hate to put these fish in a box and then throw ice packs in there and then just plummet their temperature too low. So it's like a guessing game. But so he did a video of like unboxing them, and the first thing I looked, I was like, what box is that? I'm like, that's not my box, because I when it's a huge order like that, I use a commercial fish box. So it's a commercial like styrofoam box with a and the cardboard box that goes around it says like live fish, and it's like this big, and then I put these neon green stickers on it that says live fish on top of it, and this box shows up and it's like handwritten live fish. I'm like, that's not my box. And then he opens it and it's a styrofoam box inside, and then there was like packing paper next to it to like take up the space. I'm like, that's definitely not my box. So I paused. I'm like, maybe he got fish from somebody else. Sorry, I'm getting notifications. I'm like, maybe he got fish from somebody else and like mixed up my name with somebody else. And then he opens the box and he's like, here's the convicts, here's the plecos. I'm like, that's my fish. And I'm like, that's not my bag. Like, I could tell like one of the convict bags, I'm like, that's not how I bag fish. So I double bag and I do a reverse. I don't know if this is like the technical way of saying it, but when you I don't have, okay, like say this is the bag, so you got your water and your fish, and, you twist it, you fill it with oxygen, and you tie it, right? Well, the problem with that is if it's not a flat bottom bag, fish can get stuck in these corners. So one thing you can do is rubber band it. That's usually what my wholesalers do, is they rubber band the corners. The other thing you can do is take a piece of tape and flip this up to basically make it like a square bottom bag. But these big bags, the easiest thing I do is, this is the first bag, I take the second bag, I flip this up and I slide it in so the rubber band's on the bottom, and then when you rubber band the top bag, it pulls this together, and so that way you don't have the corners, so fish can't get trapped. So when you pulled out one of the bags, I'm like, that's totally not my bag. So I'm like, it's not my bag and not my box. So I think what happened was, somewhere along the lines, I think the cichlids must have punctured the bag and it leaked. And what was honestly super awesome, UPS rebagged the fish. Now granted, I don't know, did they just use tap water? Did they use what water was left? I'm guessing they used what water was left, because he said there wasn't much water in one of the bags, and I filled the bags pretty heavy with water. But they rebagged them and reboxed them, like in a whole new like styrofoam box and cardboard box. I think what happened is, being that there's a whole new styrofoam box, I think something happened in shipping along the ways that they crushed the box. Because I could see them like, okay, like it leaked water, they would take my styrofoam box and put it in like a new cardboard box, which I'm surprised they even do that. But being that's a whole new styrofoam box, I think somehow it got crushed. So that could be why the bag was leaking. I handled the cichlids or those convicts by hands, and they're not spiky, like I don't feel like they would have punctured the bags. I think something happened to the box and they replaced it, which was super awesome of them. They could have just threw in a trash bag and said, here you go. So whoever, I don't know, obviously I don't know where that happened. It could have happened in Ohio, Missouri, Texas. I don't know where in the route it happened, but it happened, and somebody fixed it, and they fixed it correctly, like super awesome. Like that was fantastic of them. And I prefer shipping UPS anyways, because I never get delays with them. With USPS, I do ship USPS because it depends on the box size and where it's going. So if it's a big box, I always ship UPS because they always beat USPS in pricing on big stuff, like always, hands down, even my commercial accounts. And I prefer UPS. Well, if it's going close by, like East Coast, USPS, and if it's a small order, USPS might be a better choice. And I was shipping, so here's another one that I shipped this week from last weekend's orders. Had somebody order fish that lives in St. Louis, which is it's like 6, 7, or 8 hours from here. 6 to 8 hours. Shipped at USPS. He gets tracking. Left. It shows like when they picked it up, when it left. Shows it got to St. Louis, and he lives in St. Louis, right, in that area. And then 3 hours later, after arriving to the distribution center, it ends up in Charlotte, like, is it North Carolina? Charlotte, North Carolina. And he actually ordered hard goods and fish, and depending on what's ordered, it either ships together or separate. In his case, it ships separate. So I shipped out his hard goods right away, and then basically whenever fish get ordered, it goes into a queue, and they get shipped out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it just depends on how many orders I have. So like if I only have like a handful of orders, everything over the weekend might ship out on Monday. If there's a ton of orders, it might not get shipped out until Wednesday. But either way, with hard goods, I try to ship it out right away. So he got his hard goods, and then this other box was somehow went to North Carolina after it was already in his town. And at first, I didn't realize it was the fish. I thought it was his hard goods, and it turned out it was his. Or no, I have that backwards. It was the hard goods. His fish made it to him on time, luckily. The hard goods somehow went to North Carolina and then went to him. I'm like, man, that was the fish. That would have sucked. All my shipping issues I've ever had have always been USPS, but it's only been since like the whole world thing. I'm trying not to say stuff because I know I got flagged last weekend for, I don't know if it was for cussing or for what, but somehow I got flagged for it. But the world thing, that everybody knows what's going on right now. That's when I start having issues with like delays, and it can be costly, and it sucks for the fish. Fish arriving DOA. When you lose a whole box of fish, you ordered fish, so I'm not refunding your money. I'm sending you fish. Like, you want fish, I'm trying to give you the fish. So I eat the cost of the whole second order, including the shipping. So I go way negative, obviously, on profit on that. But that's the right thing to do. If I order fish, if they showed up, all dead, I mean, I would be fine with just a full refund. Like, okay, cool. But I mean, really, I wanted fish. So that's what I do is I reship out. Unless it's like something stupid. I don't want to say stupid, but something crazy where it's like you ordered one Corridora and like it died. And usually I send extra fish unless I'm out of extra fish. But I usually try to send one extra, if not more. But if something like that happened, I'd be like, look, like, I'll refund your money and I'll give you a gift card for future purchase. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to like pay $40 to ship you a $2 fish. Like, I'm sorry, like, you didn't get what you wanted. I refund you and I'm giving you a gift card. You could basically place another order, but I don't know. I try to make it right without going like too crazy on it. Like, it's a tough thing. I don't know. I like shipping in the winter. I think it's easy peasy. When the country is cold, you put heat pack in it, and I never had an issue. Zen says, sweet, I have plenty of room for more diamonds in the tank. Josh said, don't be, yeah. Oh, wait, my chat jumped again. I just saw something about Mansfield. I want to get back up to it. Where'd he go? Let me dog tune in for the SE karaoke. Now Peach out. So Haley is now Peach. You guys can start calling her Peach. And it's Hey Hey. So, like, don't call her Haley. Call her Hey Hey. She probably took off, though, so she's not going to see this. But Josh Price said, what are you trying to say about Mansfield? I met plenty of nice people from Mansfield. I'm not saying that there's not nice people there. But statistically, there's a lot of, like, drug users there. But no, there is nice people there. My best friend is from Mansfield. Great guy. But I'm used to living in a suburb. It's not Strongsville, Josh. It's not Strongsville, but I don't know. I hate stupid people said if I had been in Matt's place, I would have cried. Speaking about crying, so all right, the Star Wars theme tank. The video I mentioned that was up earlier. It's for my aunt. Her dog Chewbacca died. She had him for like 14-ish years. Didn't know I was doing this theme tank. She just thought from her mouth, because she was here last night, I thought you were just putting gravel and fish in my tank. So she knows about the tank now. She was here. I put some stuff, like accessories, on her Jeep Wrangler. And we got to talking, and I kind of spilled the beans on the whole Star Wars thing. She watched the video, so she knew it was Star Wars from, the Darth Vader sound effect. And she watched the video too, and she got super excited, and she cried. So, speaking about crying, I made my aunt cry. But yeah, so it's a tribute tank. It's a in memory of her dog Chewbacca that died. So I did get some stuff in the mail yesterday for it, and that'll be part 3 or part 4, part 3 or part 4. And I'm just kind of stretching the series out because it's not a tank I'm doing in a day. It's going to take me a little while to build it because I need to go foraging for hardscape. So that'll be a video like collecting hardscape materials from the wild. I'm gonna go hit up a park that's nearby and see what I can find. And I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes a piece. I'm shooting for like the 10-minute mark, but you guys know I get to talking and then you can't shut me up, and who knows where the videos end up. But video 2 will come out on Sunday. I'll make sure I set it to release on Sunday after the live stream. Sam's Signature Series said, yeah, he had a oh, that's right. So one of the rays that died was actually currently pregnant. So that's like even worse on top of it. Even worse. And I know rays, when they get stressed, they can, I don't know if it's abort the babies, but, like if they're ready to go, they can like unload them. That was actually in a River Monsters episode where I saw and kind of like learned about that. They caught one of those massive freshwater rays, and it popped all of its babies out when they netted it. Texas Fish Room said the newest video on my channel has an unboxing video on all the fish are loving life now. Yeah, and you said I saw in the video you said something about the spot on the side. If you're talking about the orange spot, so they've been flashing that color. I don't know if that's the males or the females, but you get one of those ones that have the orange on their side, put with one that doesn't, you're going to have babies. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a color pattern that they got when they're, I don't know, the alpha dog or what, but yeah, no, they've had that coloring for forever. You can also buy bags without corners. Yeah, the Pluckos I sent in, they call them like square bottom bags, so it doesn't have the corners fish can get stuck in. So I sent Pluckos in that, and that's a thicker bag because Pluckos will puncture a bag. Corridoras also will puncture a bag, so they get shipped in the thicker plastic. The convicts, I've never had an issue with convicts puncturing a bag, and so they got the regular bags. They're the big ones though, so I can put like a lot of oxygen in them and water. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's possible they punctured a bag and it leaked, but being that they replaced the styrofoam box, I think the box probably got damaged somehow, and they just replaced it. And I'm guessing that's what happens. Like they knew they like messed up somehow and broke it, so they replaced it. But either way, like I'm glad. Like he said there were a couple DOA convicts, which that's a lot of stress of being rebagged, en route to a new home. Like it's a lot of stress on a fish, especially when they don't have as much water quantity as they left with. But I did send a ton extras, so it worked out. And he just said that they're doing good. And buddy, you'll end up with a ton of them. Those things are breeding like crazy. I still have frying tanks. That's not a big deal. When I break down the tanks, I'll be able to get those out. Susan, 4SLC Aquatics, is here and said hello. Or she said hi. Susan also purchased some fish this past weekend from me. Appreciate the order, Susan. Chat jumped. Oh my gosh. So I hate stupid people said I can't wait until I have about 5 or so tanks. Speaking of which, if anybody's in the central Ohio area, if you're interested in tanks or gear, I will be selling the fish room tanks off. Not all of them. I plan on keeping my 29s and 20 longs that are on the import rack and some off of rack 2. Rack system 1 will go for sale. There's 310s and 220 longs. They all have bulkheads in them and they're on the side panels. If you think about a tank, so I had the tanks horizontal versus like deep. So they're drilled and bulkheaded on the back. I'll be getting rid of those and 5 more 10 gallons that are drilled on the back panel, so like the skinny side. That 10 gallon bow front, that will be going, and then my fry rack system, I'll probably try to see if I can sell that to somebody local that wants like the complete system ready to run, where it's got the sump and the pump and filtration, the lights. Obviously I'll have to drain the system down, but be like, take the whole thing ready to go. That would be for somebody that wants to possibly breed fish or do like a grow out. But that tank, and then the Fluval like 29 gallon, the one that's got my mutt guppies, that tank, I lost interest in the aesthetics of that tank like a long time ago. That's my no filter aquarium. It doesn't run a filtration on it. It's got water flow and air stones, but as far as filtration, it's all natural. It just has plants. That's the tank that has like the T-tap, like remote drain, so like you can mount it like under a cabinet, and then you like a beard tapper, right? You pull it and it drains the tank, so you can do your water changes without having to physically get in the tank. It's really cool. That's why I bought it. It's when I first got into fish keeping. It's really sweet tank. It's not a tank that I love to where I'm going to take it with me. So I'll be selling that. The 75 gallon tank, I'll probably end up selling it. That's like my display tank, I guess you could call it, in my family room. It's got the goldfish and the other fish from Ohio Fish Rescue in it, and the kissing gourami. I'll probably sell that. It's a tank, stand, and canopy. It's a 75, that's my biggest glass tank. Because once I get the new house, I don't want a 75 display tank. I want like a 300 gallon display tank. I want something big. But yeah. So if you're in the Central Ohio area, I'm not shipping tanks, but send me a message, sales@614fish, if you're interested, and I can at least get a list going. Like, all right, these people are interested in the 75 or a 10 gallon tank, stuff like that. And once I'm to that stage, I can reach out to you guys. Gnarly Fish Tanks just finished cutting the yard just as the sun set. Perfect timing. So one nice thing about summer is like the grass basically goes dormant and I don't have to cut it nearly as often. Like springtime, you're cutting it like every 3 or 4 days. Summertime, it's like every 2 weeks or so. Oh wait, chat jumped. Where'd it go? Mike says, Steven, you just need to move out my way. But, I mean, I'm not set on location. My goal is east of 71. So, northeast, south, southeast, northeast. Basically, east of 71 is my goal. I'm trying to keep it within like a 45-minute drive to work. I would really prefer like a half an hour drive to work, but I think like a 45-minute drive-ish would be great. But yeah, I mean, if five acres or I mean, Minimum acreage I'm looking at is 2. Like, it's got to be a minimum of 2 acres. I'm looking for 5 acres, but if you see something pops up, let me know. Sam Signature Series said he had a dog, he or she, because Sam could be a guy or a girl. I'm going to go with a guy. Had a dog nicknamed Chewbacca. Chubbs Aquatics is here. Hello. Allen Creek Dam is a good spot for driftwood. Allen Creek Dam. I didn't even know they had a dam at Allen Creek. I know there's Hoover Dam. I boat at Allen Creek, but I'm always north side, so I'm guessing it's down the south end if there's a dam. But I need to just go up to Hoover, because Hoover's like 10 minutes from me. And, you know, it's a big park around it, so I can, you know, check it out. Sam Signature Series with another $5 super chat. I'm a female. Well, all right. Well, now I know. Now everybody knows. And thank you so much for that $5 super chat. It's 10 bucks tonight from you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, like, that's awesome. Thank you. Come to Buckeye Lake off Africa Road. See, Wallace, so Wallace is also another person that buys from me locally. That's confusing because I've been to Buckeye Lake and Papa Boo's. I think if you gone to Buckeye Lake, you've probably been to Papa Boo's. It's like this bar that's on the lake. Like, you take your boat up to it and go get. It's a restaurant bar, but you can go get dinner, have a drink, and then go swimming or whatever you're doing. What's crazy, Wallace, is that the road that runs next to Allen Creek is called Africa Road. So that's a little confusing, but yeah, Buckeye Lake's probably, I mean, you've been to my house, so it's what, like 25 minutes, half an hour at most. It's not that far. Probably 25 minutes. I hate stupid people, said at Sam, I feel your pain. Yeah, so we all know that I hate stupid people is a female, and that's from Ohio Fish Rescue's channel. They figured that out. Oh, Sam's Signature Series just got flagged on your chat. Let me approve that. Because she typed, I hate stupid people. So apparently the word hate is flagged in chats. And that's why I hate stupid people changed her name. Chevy Fish said, thanks for another super chat at Sam's Signature Series. For sure. Thank you, Chevy Fish, for, you know, checking that. You know what? Chevy Fish, you've been a big supporter of mine forever, and you've ordered from me and all that fun stuff. I'm making you a moderator. Don't feel obligated to really moderate stuff, but something like that shows that, hey, you're supporting me, so I'll give you that blue wrench. I appreciate it. I appreciate all my mods. I really do. Uh-oh, Charlotte's coming in. Should we go take a walkabout? What time is it? Oh, it's already after 9:30. Did LRB go live, guys? I don't know. I don't think I got a notification. I'm getting a lot of driveway notifications. Stay planted with a 9. Dude, this is the most super chats I've ever had in one night. Like, thank you guys so much. 99 cents. Didn't say anything. Didn't do a sticker. Just giving me that 99-cent super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome tonight. Let's go walk around. Let me take you off the holder. Because Charlotte just walked in here. And I'm almost out of water. We'll go out to the family room. Streetwise said, I think, oh, the message disappeared. It said LRB is usually late. That's the 10-gallon bow front that I will not be taking with me. And then 75, I will be putting probably getting rid of. It's dark outside here. I say we go sit by the pond. Did you really just do another super chat? Sam Signature Series with another $5 super chat just because. Thank you so much. Like, you guys are... I'm about to cuss. I really am, and it's going to screw everything up. You guys are awesome. You can fill that in. Streetwise with a $2 super chat for the... he said he... I guess I gotta be careful with saying he or she, because I guess I don't really know. Once again, I'm guessing Streetwise is a guy, but I was proven wrong already. But Streetwise said, help for the move. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are crazy tonight. Chevy Fish said, thanks for the wrench, Steven. Hey, now you can fix cars, right? You're a mechanic. But no, thank you guys so much. That's like... I need, like, to print off milestones of, like, the channel, and this should be, like, my first crazy super chat night. Like, this is nuts. Moonstone said LL Street is a guy. I figured Streetwise was a guy. Texas Fish Room just said LRB is live. All right, guys, I don't want to, like, cut in on his time. I really appreciate all the super chats tonight. It's crazy. You guys made my night for sure. Charlotte's trying to get her little fame in here. But thank you guys so much. And stay tuned to the Star Wars series. Like, this is a big one for me, mainly because it means so much to my aunt. And, you know, it hits close to home. Hits close to home on this. So stay tuned for that series. And it should be fun either way. Do some aquascaping. I'm going to try to aquascape, but I have an idea in my head. I just got to try to follow it through. But thank you guys so much for your support. Don't forget, if you're trying to buy hard goods or fish or whatever, save money, save that 20% off. The code is FISHY, FISHY. Website is 614fish.com. And save yourself some money. But thank you guys so much. And I still don't have like a tagline yet. Nothing really has stuck out for a tagline. But anyways, have a great weekend, guys. I will see you later.